limits that man, being a creature, must freely, notice that, must freely recognize and respect with trust. Let's go again. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil symbolically evokes the insurmountable limits that man, being a creature, we are not God, we are creatures, therefore we have limitations. Right now, however much I may want to go to Shanghai, or to be in Shanghai right now and ride that fastest, train which goes off the ground like in a bullet, I can't do it now. Why? Why can't I be in Shanghai now?
Because I'm here, we're here.
No, but why?
Because we have limitations.
What limitations?
Money, passport.
No, my body is a limiting factor. My body, I'm here. You've heard of people say, oh, this particular saint bilocated. There's no evidence of that. I don't know whether it happened, but there's no evidence. But if anybody could bilocate, it would be Jesus. It's not reported anywhere that Jesus ever bilocated. So we have limitations. Now after his resurrection, it's a different story. But when he was here, so we have limitations, and we must always recognize that. If I want to go to if I want to be in Shanghai, there is a commercial on TV. I don't know whether you've seen it. I don't know what they advertise. But it says, don't go to France. Don't go to Johannesburg. Don't go to Paris. Don't go to whatever. Live in Paris. So live there. Don't go there. Live there. I think they're advertising something, whatever it is. But you can't live there if you don't go there. It's commercial deception. You can't be there if you don't go there. We have limitations. So we have to acknowledge that as creatures. And then it continues to say, that we must, yes, we have those limitations being a creature, and must freely recognize those limitations and respect them, with trust, because that is the way God made us, and that is the beauty of being human. I don't have to worry about the next child will be conceived, where he will be conceived, what kind of a soul that child will be. That's God's problem to worry about. It's not mine. Now I can't say, well, I can't do that. Why can't God make me do that? Why would I bother? The perfection he gave us, with those, what we call limitations, we call it, humanly speaking, we run out of, our language is so limited. But instead of using the word limitation, because it has negative connotations, we usually change it and say degree of perfection. They are not limitations in the sense that they are bad, because when God created everything, it was very good. And yet we talk about limitations. We talk about limitations in the sense of degree of perfection, not in the sense of lacking. Because in my limitations as a human being, I'm not lacking in anything. That is my degree of perfection accorded to me by my God. The only thing that I would call a limitation or lacking are my sins, because they take away from my degree of perfection. That would be something bad in me. But limitations, in the way we use it in this sense, is something not bad, something very good, our degree of perfection. That's the way God made us. And we must respect that and receive it with trust. Because the moment we try to go outside of those degrees of perfection, we become something very bad. God never intended us to be. That's what happened to Adam and Eve. The devil lied to them that degree of perfection is not enough. You can get more. You can get more. God is hiding something from you. That's the essence of human pride. You know, in our home, on the African continent, they call that the Gaddafi syndrome. You remember Gaddafi?
Yes.
Okay, Libya is too small for me. Okay, I want to rule. All dictators have that syndrome. Okay, this is too small for me. I need more. I need a bigger. I need whatever. Okay, so for us, we must always recognize that that God made us very good. Okay, and the moment we want to think that okay, probably I can achieve a higher degree of perfection, which is not human, then I sink into death. That's what happened exactly to Adam and Eve. Okay? The devil lied to them, you can't get more, and they believed him. God knows that, in other words, God is jealous of his prerogatives. He doesn't want you to be like him. But I have the trick, I know the trick. Okay. So, that's why the Catechism is teaching us here. Recognize those limitations and respect them with trust in God. Man is dependent on his Creator and subject to the laws of creation, however much we don't want to accept it. Okay? We are subject to the laws of creation and to the moral norms that govern the use of freedom. So for man to reject God, okay, well, the first thing we do is to reject the moral norms, okay, God's law, God's instructions. Okay, that's what Adam and Eve did first. And then once you reject the laws, okay, then it is very easy, okay, now to reject subjection to the Creator. Because now I have become my own rule, moral code. So let's look at that sentence again, word by word, okay? Man is dependent on his Creator and subject to the laws of creation. Meaning to the degree of perfection accorded to us by God. And we depend on him. Okay? Even the bad scientists who think that they are the creators of the universe and whatever, everything they come up with has been. It is there. We just discover it. We depend on God's creation to reject God. We depend on his creation to say he doesn't exist. We have discovered this, therefore God doesn't exist. I think, I don't remember who said this. It could have been Bertrand Russell or Comte, something of this sort. Comte, it could have been Comte, I don't remember exactly. But this particular person basically said that everything we really accorded to God are things we didn't have natural explanations for. Okay? Like we used to attribute thunder, oh God is, doing something there, wow, it's amazing. In South America, there is, because as you know, people, neighbors, belittle each other. Okay? So in South America, there are countries, okay, which belittle another country, and basically they belittle them that they are down. Okay, they are down people. And so they say that when there is rain and thunder, okay, these people from that country, they look up and smile when there is thunder, because they believe God is taking their picture.
You can say it, Father. You can say it. The Pope is from Argentina too.
Pardon?
The Pope is from Argentina.
But you know that. You know
In
what?
fact, Argentinians. That joke is for Argentina.
Yes.
So
She's from Argentina.
We are very arrogant people.
Okay, so this scientist, basically, this man, philosopher, was saying that, but now we know those explanations, okay, that is electric, whatever, and so there is no God. Because we thought thunder was God roaring, whatever, okay, but now we know what happens, therefore there is no God. But how can you argue reason like that? Because of our limitation in understanding something, okay, now that we can understand it, therefore there is no God. Okay, so but that's what human pride is. Okay, okay, that's what human pride is. So we should always avoid that. So depend on the Creator and subject to the laws of creation. Accept the degree of perfection accorded to us and the moral norms that govern the use of freedom. Human freedom, okay, has guidelines. What do we call? God's Torah. Torah is there from the very beginning. Okay? God is directing us, is giving us directions. Okay? So, and we must follow them. Usually we call those directions written in nature, natural law. It is there. And if we follow that, then we are good creatures. We are good human beings. We are what God intended us to do. As we said, in the laws of physics in nature, other creatures follow. The sun rises. Okay? So that's what they do. The sun cannot say, I'm going to sleep in. But in following the moral laws, because we have freedom, we can either choose to follow the directions God gives to us or to reject them because of the gift of freedom, which makes us essentially human. But if we rebel against the moral law, we are rebelling against our own good. Okay? We suffer. Okay? So man's first sin. Let's take a break and then I'll get into the first sin of man.